Hi, I'm Dom. I'm a guitar teacher in Vancouver, BC, and today we're going to talk about the three most common seventh chords, that being major seventh, dominant seventh, and minor seventh. Even if you're not a guitar player, stick around because the theory is going to be explained so that you can play it on any instrument. So there are a lot of different seventh chords, especially if you're into jazz and stuff like that. You might be used to seeing things like minor major seven or half diminished seventh, lots of different crazy things. But today, like I said, we're just focusing on major, dominant, minor seventh. You might be thinking to yourself, why do you keep saying dominant seven? What the hell is a dominant seven? Basically, if you've ever seen a chord where it says a letter, like C, for example, and then 7, you know what a dominant seventh chord is. That is what it is. So C7 is the same as C dominant 7. So to see how and why these chords are different, we're going to start with just a C major scale. So I have written out the notes of the C major scale here, as you can see. And what you're going to do is you're going to write under each letter a number 1 to 7. So it'll be 1 for C, 2D, E3, that kind of stuff. And these numbers are called intervals. And when you know intervals, it makes building chords way easier. Okay, so here are our intervals. So if you've ever heard someone say something like play the third, this is what they're referring to. And this is going to really help when it comes to building chords because chords are formulas. They're a group of numbers. And if we know what our numbers are, even if you have to just write them out at first, you don't have to memorize it right off the bat. It's going to make it way easier. So the first chord we're going to start with is C major 7. I'm going to give you the formula and I'm going to tell you the letters, and then I'm also going to play it on guitar for you. So the formula for C major 7 is 1, 3, 5, 7. In terms of notes, that means C, E, G, and B. And now I'm going to play the chord in a few different positions with some chord diagrams. These are all root position chords. Our next chord is going to be C dominant 7. This one is very similar, just a little bit different. So our formula for C7 is going to be 1, 3, 5, and instead of just regular 7, we're going to say flat 7. So with flat 7, you're just taking that B and you're moving it down to a B flat. So now the notes of our chord are C, E, G, and B flat. And as I play these chords, I want you to kind of notice how different they sound. When I think of a seventh chord, and when I get my students to listen to me play a seventh chord, or when they play a seventh chord, we talk about how it has a sort of bluesy, funky sort of sound compared to major seventh, which is very jazzy, but still happy. It's almost a complex sounding major chord. Here's a few different ways to play C dominant 7. And our final chord is a C minor 7. So the formula for C minor 7 is going to be 1. Instead of 3, we're going to do a flat 3. So we move E down to E flat. Our fifth is the same, it's G. And then for our seventh, it's also a flat 7. So we're going to take that B down to B flat. So now we have C, E flat, G, B flat. So here's minor seventh in 3 different positions. So that's it. Now you know why C major 7, C dominant 7, or C7, and C minor 7 are all different. You may have noticed that in this case the root and the fifth are always the same, but the third and the seventh are different for every chord. The third and the seventh are sometimes called guide tones in music theory, meaning that they're very important notes in the chord. They really help us tell the story of what that chord is supposed to sound like and the emotion it's supposed to convey. Now your job is to not only do this in C major or C minor, you're going to go through and write out your major scale in a couple of different keys. Maybe pick keys that you see very often, like G major or A major, whatever. You're going to figure out what is an A major 7, what is an A7, what is an A minor 7, why are they all different. You can also look at my fretboard diagram that I'm going to link in the bio below. You can really physically see, oh, it's an A7 because it has A, C sharp, E, and G. And honestly, that was huge information for me when I was learning guitar, I thought. So, happy guitar playing, and I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, just comment them down below or send me a message on Instagram. I love free knowledge and the pursuit of free knowledge, especially when it comes to music theory. It's one of my favorite things in the world. So if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to answer them. Okay, bye.